It's awesome to welcome to the show Kelly Brazier. Her CV is something else. Was it two-time Rugby World Cup winner, Olympic gold medals, Commonwealth Games gold, never forget that moment. So many things that she's done. She's played the first test game of footy in 2009. Kelly, you've been all over the world, you've done everything, and now you are back in this team at 35 years of age after, 4 years not playing for the Black Ferns apart from the Wallaroos test a little while ago. What was it like to get that call from Bunce? What did he say to you as he gave you the call?
Unreal, and it was like the first time all over again. I think the disappointment of missing out on that Rugby World Cup in New Zealand, and then just the time 4 years out of the game in terms of 15. So when I got that call, I was honestly just filled with joy. Couldn't wait to tell the family, my mum and dad down in Dunedin that sort of supported me my whole career. So it was a pretty special feeling, and I think still probably hasn't actually sunk in, probably until we're on that plane. So, honestly, just over the moon and felt like a little kid all over again.
It's like a fine wine. Thank you for giving me inspiration to continue to keep playing until I'm 35, hopefully. But look, I'd just love to know, you've been out of the game for a little while in terms of with the Black Ferns. Obviously, Alan must have told you in the reasons like why you were selected. Was there a particular skill set that you do? Was it the experience? What were the kind of chats that you had with them of why you were selected?
Yeah, I think the initial call wasn't too much, but since then in a couple of the chats, it's just sort of been the experience. Obviously, been at a few pinnacle events, always going to be tough going to England and sort of playing in those circumstances. And then I think just some of the sort of gameplay knowledge, sort of now that I understand the game plan a bit more, that have been in environment a bit more, and then just some of that sort of tactical kicking in terms of in-game play. So those were sort of the things that I was told, yeah.
As a teachable moment to all the young players out there, how do you keep your focus and your belief in yourself and that preparation? Because even this one's come at the 11th hour, but your focus, your edge to be ready when that opportunity came is pretty impressive.
Yeah, watching some of my best mates playing that World Cup and knowing that's exactly where I wanted to be. Yeah, there was a lot of, days at home spent by myself and just head down and one foot in front of the other. And then, like I said, that call, I got to play with Chiefs Manawa for the season, which was pretty cool. And then sort of get that first call to go to Black Ferns camp and sort of just, head down and work my way sort of through. And like you say, probably came at the last minute, but like to say, it was good timing.
Because I'm imagining over the last 4 or so years, there's been a huge evolution in gameplay, whether it's pods or whatever it might be. What's been the biggest thing that you've had to pick up on? Yeah,
honestly, I think the first camp, myself and Portia, my good friend, attended. We were roomies, and after like the first day, just the info and the amount of new play that was in the environment, we were like, oh my God, like what have we got ourselves into? So I think we sort of started second guessing ourselves that first day, and we're up to all hours of the night. Like I think we're up to midnight just testing each other and trying to learn the plays, and myself being at 10, you kind of got to know everything. So that first camp was definitely an eye-opener, but I'd like to say I've obviously got a few under the belt now and feel sort of comfortable in my role and in terms of the team plays and calls. But yeah, it was at first it was definitely tough.
How long does it actually take for you girls to be able to, go from that sevens camp, and you've got a few ladies that have been in that sevens team to then go into the 15s? How long do you feel it takes you to try and get used to it, and when to be 15s ready coming from sevens?
Yeah, I think this is probably the longest, and I think it probably just goes to show how much the women's 15 space has moved, which is exciting. I think in the past years, a lot of us have kind of been able to just bounce in between and kind of slot in, but yeah, this time was definitely more difficult, and even myself, having played that Chiefs Manawa, so I had played a bit of 15s, but again, going into that environment and just was a whole another level gone up. So yeah, I'd say it's probably taken a good 3 months for myself, sort of in and out of those camps, and probably sort of just found my feet in, like the last month or so.
Previously in Black Ferns history, you've won it through attack, and I suppose showing that innovation. Tony Christie now on board in and around that attack. How do we see you playing and going all the way at this Rugby World Cup?
TC, he's honestly been amazing. He's just like a guru, and he likes to, I think he sleeps and dreams about rugby every night. So he's definitely put a lot into our game plan, a lot of thought, and I think we would probably like to say there'll be a brand of footy that hopefully people haven't seen the Black Ferns play before. Obviously, it's always been quite an attacking style and probably not relied on too much else, but we know it's going to take sort of the full game to be able to go over there and bring the cup back home. So, we've sort of been working hard on our kicking game, going around teams, but also then being able to go through teams. And we have some amazing, powerful athletes and probably a mix of youth and experience. So I think if we can collectively come together, hopefully that cup will be coming back to New Zealand.
Just on that kicking game, because obviously England, France, they utilise it a lot themselves in their attacking strategy. What conversations have happened just around that sort of backfield coverage and the pendulum and making sure that what they perceive as a strength, you can turn into a weakness? And
we like to probably pride ourselves on that turnover attack. So we know if we can sort of kick the teams and get them to kick back, that's probably where some of our girls' superpowers are. So I guess just got to be tactical in ways that we do it in the right parts of the field, and then hopefully create some pressure and sort of attack from the right places and bring out some of those girls' skill sets.
Oh, the other player that everyone's talking about is Georgia Miller. Obviously her sevens form you've seen, her 15s form you've now seen. What don't we see about Georgia Miller that's got her to this point?
Honestly, the girl's a freak. Like, I don't know how she does it, but we're lucky enough to train beside her every single day, and there's honestly times like she's got 30 centimetres of space and you're, oh sweet, she's going to get tackled out, and then you look up and she's just like honestly running like sideways and gets around people. But her work ethic is second to none. Like, she's just hungry to always be better, even when people are complimenting her and telling her strength. She's the first back in there trying to work on it, get better. She's just like this new generational talent. Like, she wants to change the game, change, I guess, stereotypes in terms of position and how it's played. And I think we're sort of already starting to see that. So, yeah, I'm excited to see her on that world stage, and I know she's ready for the big moment.
So do you reckon she's a flanker? Do you reckon she's a back? What do you reckon she should be in the end?
First hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like, she could play anywhere and she would run through people. So I'm going to say like anywhere from 4 to 15 she could play in this team. But whether that happens, but I guess it's nice to have up the sleeve if obviously anything did happen. But yeah, the girl's a freak.
She's amazing. Now, you both travelled the world with great success, and this World Cup's probably a little bit different from the last in that you're going to have to battle those challenges of being in hotel rooms and moving. What have you learned from your experience on the road about the challenges that you must overcome in order to create great success at pinnacle events when you're not at home?
Yeah, it's probably been a while for myself since I've been away from that period of time, and in the sevens we're kind of normally 2 to 3 blocks away from home, so that's something we've definitely spoken about as a group, and know it will be tough, but I think that's probably some of the stuff we've worked on as a team, sticking together. I'm lucky enough to have one of my best friends in the team, so I think it's just getting the balance right, making sure on days off, you're switching off from rugby, stepping away and doing things that kind of fill your cup, so that come Monday you're sort of ready to go again once you cross that line, because 7 weeks is a long time away, and to be in and out of hotel rooms, and obviously you always got a roomie, and it can be tough being with people. So I think just making sure you sort of get in what you need to, getting space, time away, and just getting that balance right.
You're a clean roomie? Tidy?
Definitely.
Who's not the tidiest? That's probably the better question to ask you. Who's not the tidiest?
I can assure you Bryn Hall was not tidy.
Probably my mate Portia Woodman, to be honest.
Oh, really? Portia?
Nah, she's not too bad, to be honest. I think we just like to give each other a bit of buff, and I'm lucky enough I got to room with her a lot, so it's kind of like we're just at home, and I guess that's important when you're away on the road, so been pretty cool.
All the best for the trip and for these first few games heading through pool play. It's awesome to see you back in the team.
Thank you guys, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.